Hey guys, today is all about this beautiful tulle skirt that I'm wearing. Can't wait to show you guys the process. Stay tuned.
As we proceed to give you what you need.
Alright, here are all the items you're going to need to complete this project. Please make sure you check the description box for all details, including measurements. Alright, I'm going to start with my static-free garment lining. This is very important. You want to start off with measuring your hips, not your waist. Divide that by 6.28, and that's the first thing I'm going to measure. This is where the circle skirt is going to go up to your waist. So I'm simply just measuring out my cutout for that segment of the skirt. My next measurements are going to be how long I want the skirt to be. So from where I'm going to cut, I am doing an additional like 24 inches, and I'm just going to measure that around in an arc and cut from there. It's quite simple. So basically, as you can see, I am using a circle skirt pattern to make this tulle skirt. I'm not putting a zipper in, so I need the skirt to be able to go past my hips to fit taut enough on my waist, but we'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to simply follow my dots that I made. Nice and even cut, and then I'm going to do the same for the bottom of the skirt. Now note, this is my liner, and if you would like to hem your lining, it's very simple. That's what you'll use the iron for. I didn't use the iron, I just left mine just pretty much cut. Alright, so I got my lining cut out and ready to roll. I am going to actually use this lining as my blueprint for the rest of my tulle. I have 4 layers of tulle, and each one of the layers measure out to be about 1.5 yards of fabric. I'm going to fold it over so I can minimize my cutting, which will keep it as even as possible. I'm going to take one piece of tulle at a time and measure it out. I'm always going to double check and make sure that the measurements reach what I needed to on the waist to make sure I have it in the right position, and I'm just going to follow and cut. It's pretty simple. You're going to do that for each layer of your tulle. My skirt is 4 layers of tulle. If you want to add more, please be my guest. Just note, if you're doing the same length that I'm doing, it takes about 1.5 yards per layer. So you'll just want to make sure you do that. I bought a total of 7 yards of tulle, and my skirt turned out pretty full. Now, the next step, I'm going to simply lay out my lining, and then I'm going to lay each layer of my tulle on top of it. Don't worry about everything lining up perfectly in that circle, because this part will never be seen in the long run. Alright, once all of my layers have been placed on top of each other, I simply pick up everything from the center and I place pins into the tulle in the lining, just like that. Yep. Now I'm going to measure out my elastic band. This is very important. You want to make sure this is pulled taut because you want it to fit tight around your waist. Now, I said off screen I put a basting stitch in my tulle skirt, and you see me pulling that right now. This basting stitch is going to allow me to keep the skirt on my hips so I can pin the elastic to the skirt in a stretched out position. This is very important because if you pin the skirt in the waist position versus the hip position, you won't be able to pull the skirt on. It will rip. So you want to make sure that you put the skirt and the elastic together on the widest part of your body, which is your hips. I'm going to simply pin that into the skirt, and once I'm all done pinning it, I will remove it and I will do a basic stitch, a straight stitch across the elastic in the tulle. And this is the finished product. I simply placed a belt that I already had from H&M over the elastic part of the skirt. The styling options with this type of skirt is endless. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. See you guys soon. Bye.